And we are back with the Bakersfield Underground, the Bug, and we are joined by our broskies, Dustin and Tyler from the Stuff Podcast. What's going on, broskies?
Hello. How you doing?
Hell yeah, you guys enjoy that first half? I saw you guys over there, you know, as you participated as jurors, right? Part of the jury and stuff.
We missed most of it, but we still voted.
You still said, fuck him, he's going to jail. You know what I mean? Lock him up pretty much.
Fuck, man.
I heard the falling asleep on the job thing, and I've been busted several times. So
you can relate to
I
that.
can see guilt.
But you still said guilty, you know?
Hey, man, you supposed to be on my side, bro. We do fall asleep.
I voted for the person with the coolest nickname, and
Bigfoot was the one. Yeah, you can't go bad with Bigfoot, huh? No. You know that he's 0-2 on Bug Court now and stuff, so he loves paying for everybody's stuff, you know, which is really, really cool and stuff.
Great job.
All right, Dustin, Tyler, you guys are from the Stuffed Podcast. Now, I've been listening to you guys since for the past year. You guys took a little break and stuff in between, but I've been enjoying the episodes and stuff. Can you let everybody know where they can find you, where they can find the podcast, and also social media, man? Let's plug away.
Yeah, of course. This is actually kind of a on-running, kind of a joke. We always forget what our information is, so I've got to pull up my phone. Spotify, Apple Podcasts as usual, and TikTok is @Stuffed Podcast, and Instagram @Stuffed_pod.
You really still have to read it off the phone, huh?
Yeah,
I heard you talking about that.
Different.
It's hard because you can't get the same name, you know, underscore, hashtag, whatever it is, you know. So
that we're both really old, so
I never
not that old,
committed
man.
to memory in the first place, so it's all on him. So I'll just let him do that part.
let him mess up, huh? I got to do that for all of our accounts too. I'm like, man, why can't it be easy? And then I do have a couple guests that come in and their name is just crazy with the underscores and the numbers. And it's like, dude, your name is like Jim. You know, let's just make it easy for everybody and stuff, you know? So the Stuff Podcast, which is available on all streaming platforms and stuff. This is a really good podcast. I really do enjoy what you guys do with reviewing movies.
Thank you.
And anybody can review movies, but you guys are hilarious, man. When you guys are commenting on things, you guys made a comment about watching Dogman, the movie and stuff, right? Which I got dragged into watching that movie as well. So I was like, so which one of you? Okay, so who's Dustin and who's Tyler?
I'm Dustin.
I could have sworn that you were gonna be Tyler. He looks like a Tyler, so you know, but no, it's the other way.
I might have to take unicorn for that one.
Yeah, all right. So you were the one that you were taken to go see Dogman.
Yeah, my oldest boy, he's been reading the books like crazy. He's got like 10, 15 of them. I don't know exactly.
Yep.
He's also at a higher reading level, by the way, than Dustin.
I like the pictures. But
I can trace them.
I typically do not like to watch newer kids movies. It's just obviously it's not my thing.
Yeah.
But they were wanting to go, so I took them, and then I was getting kind of annoyed in the first half because they were setting up, like they were jumping around way too much.
It's quick.
And
yeah.
then I'm like, all of a sudden you realize like about a little bit after halfway that they're going to start paying all these storylines off, and it's a very well written movie.
It is,
and it's funny.
It is.
I don't typically laugh at jokes in kids movies, but a couple of jokes, like
funny.
The building at the end.
Oh yeah.
God,
they were coming out of the building butt and stuff, and there was a lot of stuff going on in there. Yeah,
it was
yeah. You didn't see it, so you can't comment on that one. You missed out. One thing that threw me off, and I was telling Cadillac about it, is like, man. So who was it? His boss, it's a black dude, and they're talking jive, and even the receptionist too. I was like, wait a minute, man, should I take offense to that? Or I thought it was funny, actually. You know what I mean? They did it very well and stuff. And I was telling you about it, the Dogman movie. I was like, man, you got to see this movie. It's pretty good. But yeah, it is quick paced and stuff. My kids do know all about that. They have the books also and stuff. I haven't read any of them. I haven't even seen them. I had no idea what I was walking into. I thought it was going to be like one of those Moana movies that I've been dragged into. But no, this one actually, it was funny because I feel like everybody that I ask hasn't seen that movie. And I heard you talking about it. I was laughing. I said, oh, man, somebody went through to go see it and stuff just like I did. It wasn't that bad, actually.
I was shocked. I really enjoyed it. Like, it would be out of the question for me to rewatch a kids movie, but I might actually rewatch it.
Yeah, it's not bad.
Yeah.
He actually doesn't have kids.
He doesn't have kids. I know, it's his imaginary friend.
That's the twist.
But the movie was pretty good. You know what I mean? I recommend, hey, if you got little ones, man, go out there and watch it, man. You'll have fun. It's fast paced. It's sad also, you know what I mean? I don't want to give away, you know, too much of the story, but yeah, I think it's worth it and stuff. Let's talk movies, man. What got you, growing up, what got you guys into movies? Because, I mean, this didn't just come out of the blue like that. I'm assuming that you guys started when you were little and stuff, watching movies, getting into TV shows. What's the story?
You want to go first?
Yeah, for me, my dad would always bring home. I was born in the early '80s, '81.
All right.
My dad would always bring home all the classics like Commando, Predator.
Oh hell yeah, the good ones.
The good ones. And one day Predator was on TV, so it was the TV at it. We recorded it, and I would watch that movie every day after school, and I just could not get enough of it.
Hell
and
yeah.
that was I mean, I probably shouldn't have watched it. I was like 8, but it was a TV edit, so it wasn't that bad.
They take a lot. They take a lot off on the TV and stuff. Yeah.
But I just couldn't get enough, and then just whenever you got to go to movies as a kid, that was like the best thing ever, and it just really grew from there. Like as far as like being a fan of movies.
All right. Is that like the genre that you prefer, like action movies or?
Definitely, that's my favorite. I basically like every genre. What I'm really big into now are like mysteries. I love a good mystery.
All right.
Like for instance, like I remember going to the drive-in at the Crest years ago.
Driving, man. I never got to experience a drive-in, man.
It was the best. And my friend's
That's
mom
dope.
took us, and we watched a double feature. The second, I don't remember what the first one was. The second one was 7.
Oh,
And-
the movie with Brad Pitt.
Oh
and stuff.
man,
masterpiece.
that movie's
Yeah,
just
it's a good
awesome.
movie.
Yeah, that was-
So anything dark and like, or just with a good twist or good, mystery, I love it. I can't get enough of it.
So when 7 comes out, you were a teenager during that time. You understood the whole story and everything, because
I'd say about 90% because it's kind of heady,
yeah.
But when you get to I didn't really appreciate the twist as much as I did later when I rewatched it. But
Yeah.
what's in the box? What's
Yeah, what's in the box?
Yeah. It was just so like it kind of like blew me away. But I was just like, man, that's a movie. The first when they're first getting into the mystery of that, when they find the first body,
Yeah.
the bigger guy. And it's just like, oh man, this is like it's so gripping, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's like,
It brings you into the story and stuff.
and there's 6 more, and you want to like figure out all of it, and then you keep finding like, hey, there's one missing.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's cool. That movie is still good till this day. You know what I mean? They don't make those kind of movies anymore. You know what I mean? I remember movies like Identity was another one.
Yes.
Have you guys seen Identity and stuff?
Oh yeah, that was.
I actually haven't seen that.
Oh, okay. So yeah, that's another one that one was shot in Palmdale. I lived in Palmdale during that time. And I was like, shit, man, there's that one abandoned hotel room and stuff.
Yeah.
That's where they shot it. That's a really good movie and stuff.
That's fantastic. Yeah, it's got a great twist.
Yeah, it does at the
You
end.
never guess it.
Is that John Cusack in it, or am I thinking?
Yeah.
Of different? Okay.
Yeah, it's a
I've
really
never
good
seen it.
movie. What about you? How did you get started in the love for movies and TV shows?
I'm just a big nerd, first of all, and ever
Welcome
since I was
to
a
the
little
club.
Kid, ever since I was a little kid, my mom and dad also love movies too. They would take me to
Oh,
movies,
right on.
movies I shouldn't see.
Yeah.
I mean, I saw Species. When
Oh,
I was,
hell yeah, I did
how
too.
old I was.
I stuck in the theater, yeah.
And I'm just always like, my dad, he was older than most people's dads my age. He was, he passed away a couple years ago. He was like 92 at the time.
Oh, man, he lived a good life there,
Yeah,
right
he
there.
did. He was always into acting. We actually, when we first met, we started doing like short films and stuff. And
Oh, that is dope.
he'd come over and my dad would just want to be like on camera all the time. I'm the opposite. I hate this whole camera thing, even though we do a podcast. But I've just always loved it, and I like telling the story myself. I do all that stuff. And then I actually have a good story. I've told it on the podcast a couple times that my dad, one year when I was in maybe 6th grade, he took me to go see me and my best friend, someone else's kid, to go see X-Men. I think it was X-Men 2 when that came out.
Oh, okay, so X2, yeah.
And so he took us to see it, and then he snuck us in, again, someone else's kid, to see Scary Movie.
The first
So we were in
one?
6th grade.
Oh,
So
man,
that's the
all
type
right.
of, that's the type of family I was born into.
Hell
so
yeah.
I have a lot of issues mentally because of that, but I just love movies.
Hey,
Like,
did the other kid rat you guys out to his parents?
no. He enjoyed it.
That was a good friend.
There you go, hell yeah.
It wasn't him.
He would have ratted you out, right away.
I was an adult at that point.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, for sure. I love it, dude. I love I love movies. If I could, I would just constantly watch them all the time. But I have a family now, so it's impossible.
It's hard. It's hard nowadays to like sit down and actually watch it from the beginning to the end. Yeah. Now, you got to watch 15 minutes here, 30 minutes here, you know what I mean? And finish it off at the end of the week and stuff, But yeah, I do remember, okay, so going to the theater and stuff, to us, that was a luxury back then and stuff. Because, I grew up in the ghetto, man. We didn't have too many good theaters, and the theaters that were there, you didn't want to go to and stuff. But I do remember, one of the first movies that I do remember that was major. It was in all the theaters, the posters, billboards. It was the first Batman, the Tim Burton one, right?
Oh, man.
I remember sneaking in there. I remember like the Joker hanging from, what was it, his foot, right? At the very end of the movie and stuff. Mm-hmm. Man, but I remember how massive, because, I was really young at that time. I just remember how massive the screens were. The smell of popcorn. Everybody was really, it was packed during those times and stuff. It ain't like now, it's just, most of the theaters are empty now and stuff because, people stream now and stuff. But during that time, the long lines, waiting to get that popcorn, waiting to get that soda and stuff, or sneaking into another room, and if you don't time it right, you're going to miss out on the first couple of minutes of the movie and stuff,
Yep.
But Species was one of them. Yeah. So, all right. So those were movie ones. What about TVs? Any TV movies that you can remember and stuff that you were like really into?
Not that I can remember, but I love watching TV shows. I think they've definitely in the past like 10 years have gotten way better TV shows.
Yeah, they have.
So,
they have.
Yeah, but I actually have a good story about the Batman 89.
All right.
I was born in 88, and no one believes me. I think they think I'm lying. I remember seeing that in theaters and Ninja Turtles.
Yeah, Ninja Turtles was another one.
I can't remember anything else.
Yeah, they came in like at the same year. It was like back to back Gremlins and all these other ones were like, dude, like all these dope ass movies and stuff. So I was born in 84. So 90s was like my shit. I was just everywhere during that time and stuff. The first movie that I can remember being a TV movie was It.
Yes.
That was one where you needed to commit to that one, right? Because it was long and stuff. And that's pretty cool. How do you feel about the remake? Is that something that
I liked them?
It wasn't too bad?
Yeah, the second one was kind of dragged. It was a little too long. I think that's one of my main criticisms of like most movies I don't like is the editing, you got to be ruthless.
Yeah.
I've read a lot of books of different filmmakers, and that's like a universal thing. They always say you have to be ruthless with your movie. Like you shoot all the stuff and all this hard work, but you really got to you got to get to where it needs to be. Like, it's hard though. It is hard.
Yeah, it's like they drag the storyline too long and instead of just going ahead and getting into the action.
Yeah.
So that's the only thing I don't like about it so far as right now.
Yeah, you see, like with this new generation, everybody is they want everything fast. Yeah. Like you can't make like a Godfather movie that is just so much story in there because they just want to get to the end or quick pace. You know what I mean? There's no more, at least I feel there's no more storytelling, something that really sucks you into that 2-3 hours in and you're still watching this movie, So like, what's another one? Once Upon a Time in America. That one was like, what was it, like 4 hours, something like that? It's like a mobster movie and stuff?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, you see, so movies like that.
That's definitely, he's right with the long length of movies. It's nowadays are boring because the stories aren't good enough to
you can only stretch it for you can only stretch the story for so much and stuff. Like, well, what's a long movie that just recently, like Endgame, like Avenger? I know one of you guys doesn't like I'm fed up with the superhero stuff too. I think they should have ended it with that one.
We both are. Him way before me, but lately I've been just like tired of it.
Yeah,
I'll be the
it's
first
too
one
much.
to see Batman for sure. But anyway.
Yeah. Those were cool, but I mean, they just oversaturated with all this. Heroes that we just don't even care anymore, Like once Endgame finished, I think, okay, man, I'm done. I need a break already from all this stuff. But hey, man, they keep pulling them out and stuff. I'm huge on horror movies. I don't know, like who's into horror and stuff.
That's me.
All right, so what kind of like horror movies do you like? Do you like the American movies here? Are you watching Japanese, German movies?
I mostly do like the American ones. I did find this awesome French one. It's called Red. I don't remember if it's Red Room or Red Rooms. There's two different ones. It's more, I guess, of a psychological thriller, but it's about this woman who there's like this serial killer, and it's all about his court case. But she keeps showing up, and like she's a successful model, and she's like a computer hacker, and you don't know why she's there. But the movies, it's. I don't want to spoil it because I just suggest watching.
Yeah, I'm gonna check that out. Yeah.
It's the one that has come out more recently. So if you find it and it's like from 7 years ago, don't watch that one. Watch the one from last year, or the year before.
So the remake of it?
No, there's 2 movies with similar names.
Oh, okay, okay.
There's Red Room and then Red Rooms. The other one, I started watching. I'm like, this isn't like I was listening to a podcaster explaining, but this doesn't seem like the right movie. Then I looked into it, wasn't.
You've done that twice.
I have done that twice.
It's like, it's that ass, huh? That makes a difference and stuff. Yeah.
I did it with the dash cam movies, which is. Have you seen dash cam?
No, I haven't seen that. Is that pretty good too?
It's the 2022 one. You either are gonna love it or hate it because the character is really polarizing.
Oh, okay.
So like she's like this. It's a character who plays herself, and she's like really obnoxious streamer, but it's a found footage thing, and it goes way off the rails. It's really entertaining, but if you watch the first 5 minutes, you don't like her. Don't watch the movie because the movie's all about her.
It gets annoying after a while. All right.
Yeah.
Have you guys heard of the movie Inside?
No.
Okay, so dude, this movie is grotesque, man. One of my favorite movies. It's about the beginning of the movie is about a pregnant lady. Okay, so it's a horror movie. Everything that happens to this woman, you see what's going on inside with the baby. So there is a scene where they're trying to get it. It's a really good story. I'm not going to spoil it because I want you to watch it. There's a story where part of the story is there's a lady trying to get in. You find out why and everything. Really good movie. But she has these long scissors. And the pregnant lady is laying down in bed. And you can see her bring the big scissors down all the way down to her belly button. Now, when people get stabbed or anything, you see what's going on inside with the baby. It is... The ending, though, oh, man, I hope you have a strong stomach, man.
I actually have heard about this one. Yeah. I haven't seen it, but I'm not sure if I will watch it because it's not necessarily my favorite, but maybe I'll take your suggestion and try it.
The story's really good.
Okay.
You know, it ends really grotesque. Make sure you're eating like chili cheese fries when you're watching it and stuff.
I mean, look at me. I always eat chili cheese.
Another one is like Martyrs. I really like that one. Not the remake. They remade it not too long ago and stuff. Martyrs is it's like a German movie or something like that. Or
that one I heard is like real messed up.
Yeah, dude, that one will leave you like, yeah, it'll mind fuck you at the end of the movie and stuff. But once again, those are like horror movies, and but the stories are really good. It's not just them killing people and stuff. No, it's they have a really good story and everything. So those are pretty cool. Comedies. Do you guys like comedy movies?
We do, yeah.
Yeah, the typically older ones because there aren't any really new good ones.
Yeah, there really isn't, huh?
People lost their sense of humor, it feels like.
Yeah, I mean, man, everybody's really picky about everything nowadays,
Yeah.
Just like the movie, like Revenge of the Nerds, like that's a perfect example. Like you can't make that movie. You can't even make 10 minutes of that movie. So what I thought was funny is that when I pitched that movie to you guys, you said you never seen it, right? Was it both for you or?
I probably saw it like back on USA in the early 90s, but it was a TV edit.
The TV one, it took a lot of stuff out.
Oh yeah,
it was so hard to find too. But
yeah.
You can't
Oh,
find
was
it
it?
digitally or anything? Yeah.
No, I didn't. I send you the link to it. Yeah, there you go. That way you guys can watch it.
Finding on Fire Stick like a
okay.
legal one.
The legal
one.
Ones.
Yeah, legal ones. Yeah, we all got Fire Sticks, man. But yeah, like movies like that, that's the kind of humor that I grew up with, And I know times have changed and all this bullshit now, but you can't make those kind of movies nowadays, 100%. But they're funny, man. Like Animal House was another one, from that Porky's. Yeah, Blazing Saddles. Like Blazing Saddles has so much shit in there now that it's like, you look at it now and it's like, damn. That's the kind of comedies that I grew up with. Like the Dumb and Dumbers and stuff like that.
Oh, man.
Those are the comedies that I like. What kind of comedies did you guys like?
Definitely those. Like I grew up on Dumb and Dumber in the 90s comedies and early 2000 Judd Apatow movies.
Yeah.
So that's when
Knocked Up and all them.
That was like the last good time for
me. I would say, you're right about that. Those were the last couple ones that were actually pretty funny, like 40-Year-Old Virgin and stuff like that. Those movies, once again, you can't make those kind of movies now, man. And those were what, maybe like 15, 20 years ago? Something like that?
Crazy.
Just about.
2000s.
We both worked at the theater for years.
Oh, really?
So we would see everything. I know in 2008, it was like the golden year for comedies. In the summer, they had Step Brothers, Tropic Thunder, and what's the one?
Pineapple Express.
Pineapple Express.
Yeah.
All like back to back to back, just like that was like to me the golden era of like modern comedies, and it just ended after.
Yeah, that's
hell
probably the
yeah.
last. Yeah, for
Yeah,
sure.
that is true. You know, Pineapple Express, that's one of my favorite ones, man. I'm big on Cheech and Chong movies, man, especially the first ones and stuff. I know they're making another one, and so I can't wait for that one.
Yeah,
and
so
stuff.
that,
Well, wait, we could do a review on that one, man. But that's cool, man. So what? Let's talk about podcasting, man. What gave you guys the idea to do a podcast, you know, about movies? I mean, you guys are always talking about, I'm assuming, right? You guys are hanging out, talking about movies. You know what I mean? So where did the idea about making a podcast come into play?
You want to take this one?
Yeah, this has been going on for like, what, 10 years?
Oh, at least.
So we love to be creative, just in general. We love doing skits, being funny and all that stuff.
Oh, hell
and
yeah.
So we started this podcast as a podcast where we just talk about random topics. And every once in a while, we would have like funny skits in it.
Nice,
and then
nice.
We stopped for a long time, came back just as an audio podcast where we had fake commercials and like skits like that.
dope,
It was
yeah.
just fun. And then during summer this year, I was like, let's bring it back again. And same thing. We had a skit every once in a while. We talked about random stuff. And then randomly, he's like, let's just talk about movies. And I was just like, yeah, that's what we love. And
It's easier,
I've always
yeah.
wanted to do another. So we just like switched over when we came back on the second season. And we just like love talking about it. I'm really bad at social anxiety. I hate being on camera. But it's
It's a part of it, man.
As soon
Like,
as you start talking about movies, like I'm that guy at a party that sits in the corner, and then if somebody comes up to you and be like, "Hey, have you seen this movie?" I just won't shut up.
that's your thing right there. I
That's
get
his
it.
fetish.
Being in front of the camera is like, I'm not too much of a fan of it, but
Yeah.
that's like the next step. Some people, from what I learned, I kept getting a lot of complaints. Look, man, we love the show, but we want to see you guys. And I'm like, fuck, man, I don't want to be in front of the camera. I like to leave audience members with like the imagination of what he or she looks like, right? Sometimes that's even better. It's funnier that way,
Yeah.
you know, because we do skits on our show too and stuff. And I like leaving it to their imagination and stuff. But once you look at us, you're like, man, I'm not the most handsomest guy. You know, maybe he is and stuff, but not me and stuff, you know?
Whatever.
But, you know, like skits for like a 2-3 minute skit, it takes the writing. You know what I mean? You know, trimming the fat off of, you know, when you're editing it
We
and
don't
stuff.
know about trimming fat.
Okay. What do you mean? But yeah, skits are fun, man. I really do like it. You know, the weatherman here, he has his own skits and stuff. We do different skits on the show and stuff. I really do enjoy the writing process of it. Like, I'm big on writing, man. I like to get creative just like you guys and stuff, and putting it out there, recording it, doing sound effects and all that stuff. And once it's out, I like listening to the audience member respond to it. You know, like, hey, I've been told, hey, man, your shit sucks. Okay, cool. What didn't you like about it? You know?
That's all we've been told. So, you know.
But, you know, you're just getting creative with it. You know what I mean? Like, it's really cool. I really do. Like I said, I enjoy the show because you don't stick to just one movie. You're like moving around.
Yeah.
You know, everything is like on the fly. Whatever comes into mind, that's what you guys speak of, right?
Yeah, the ultimate goal is like I'm a TikTok guy. I'm always at work. Don't fire me, please. If you listen to this. I'm always looking at TikTok, and it's always these podcasts about movies, and they're talking about the MCU and all these big budget things. And I'm fine. Like, I like those movies. I do enjoy them. They're entertaining, but we're just some old dudes that want to talk about things that we watch. So I came up with this card game where we both are really bad at watching movies we suggest for each other. He's a little bit worse. Probably he won't anything. I'll be like, watch this movie, and he'll be like, no, this looks terrible. So I was like, I'm gonna come up with this card game. So we've been doing that since we came back from the season. And
Explain the card game.
so basically, we have 10 cards. We write movies that we love that he doesn't want to watch or we'll never watch. Vice versa, he does the same thing. And then every episode, we'll draw one. We have to watch it.
There
The
you
next
go.
episode, we talk about it, draw again. And that's just what we wanted to do. We didn't want to stick to just talking about what's new. Every once in a while, we're not even really like a movie review show. I won't even say that. We just like to talk about.
It's more like commenting on it.
Yeah.
But that's cool, though, because like I said, reviews or even the MCU ones, you can hear that anywhere, you know,
Yeah.
but you putting in your personal experience, you know, of what the movie was about, how you liked it and how you didn't. That's cool. You don't see that anywhere. But a regular review, right. You can find 100 channels off of that and stuff. But I feel like what you guys have is something completely different. I'm really digging it. The card game is fair, man. He don't like it. Look, you don't like it, but it's fair.
People kind of regret it,
Some of these
honestly.
movies, I'm gonna start putting some of the '80s American Ninja type movies.
So
There you go.
Oh yeah, some
So the
Steven
thing-
Seagal movies.
It's
thing
Steven
with him-
Seagal.
I'm very open to watching whatever. He's
Yeah.
not as open as I am with stuff, and so I kind of put those. I'm not a big.
That's
like,
not true
I'm
because
not-
he for 15 years we've been friends. I've been trying to get him to watch Tombstone. He won't watch it.
Tombstone? All right, so Tombstone.
He won't watch Tombstone.
All right, why won't you watch Tombstone?
It's not that I don't want to watch it. I just always forget to watch it. So that's why this card game is. So it kind of keeps us on like, hey, let's watch it. I like westerns. They don't make good movies of that anymore.
Yeah, they don't.
But
Yeah,
he's very. I'm not like one of those like guys that I love artsy movies. Like that's all I like. I'm not like pretentious or anything, but I do. I'm wearing a Lighthouse t-shirt. I don't know if you've seen that. I made him watch it. He hated it.
I hated it.
You didn't like Lighthouse?
That's
such a good movie, man.
I want to take him to court for that.
Yeah, you should take him. Yeah, I'll send you the paperwork and stuff.
I don't have a problem taking on big movies, and this is going to get me hated. One of these days, we were actually talking about doing a core episode for a movie that he loves that I don't like, that everyone loves.
All right, can you say which one it is?
The Dark Knight.
Oh, okay, Dark Knight. It's a good movie.
I got the first half of the movie is perfect. I don't want to get too far because we're gonna litigate.
Oh, okay, yeah. Okay, so it's an upcoming episode. Okay,
Yeah.
So hopefully
that one is not that bad. If I had to choose between Tombstone and The Dark Knight, that's a tough one because both of them are good, right? But
I'm sure I'd like Tombstone.
do I want to watch a Western right now? You know, like it's still a good movie. Both of them are good movies and stuff. I can't wait to listen to that episode and stuff.
Hopefully, I think you have Tombstone in your cards, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, so eventually that will happen for sure. The rest of mine are all just Magic Mike. So every time,
Hell yeah, he's like part 1, part 2.
I've seen them all. I have the special
the
edition
steel box
Blu-rays,
collection with the figures.
Yeah, he does. Huh? It came with the underwear and stuff, dude. A little G-string. Well, like, okay, so let's talk about that. How do you guys watch movies? Do you guys stream it? Are we doing DVDs? Are we even doing VHS, man? Do you guys do any of that?
He just dated us.
Yeah, well,
Hey, man, we're like the same age, bro. Whatever, man. Shit, I got vinyls up there.
I used to have a big DVD collection, which I still have some of it. So I mostly stream. However, I'm doing a sideshow where we do like a mystery science theater. We just make fun of old movies. So I've been buying a lot of old, like bad movies on DVD.
There's a lot of them out
So
there,
you can
man.
edit it in with the clips and stuff. So typically just stream, but there's that caveat with the project. So I have like the stack of like horrible DVDs that no one should ever watch.
Man, like what? The Room? The Room is one of them. That one is tough, man.
I'm gonna save that for like a capstone, like episode 100 or something. But
Yeah.
there's this movie called Things.
Things, okay?
It's a Canadian horror movie. It is the most incomprehensible pile of garbage, dude.
Canada.
Like man, Canada. I can't explain how bad this is. Like you would have to see it.
Is it like low budget or is it just the writing of it?
Yes.
Both.
I can't. I could sit there for an hour and just trash it, and you wouldn't understand how bad it is.
Man,
What sucked is we were filming an episode and we had some audio issues, so I have to save it till I forget about it like a year from now and do another episode about it.
yeah, there's some movies that are just like, they're hard to watch, man. I remember there's this one horror movie that came from, it wasn't even a German movie. It was one of those little countries, man. And I believe it was called Rigor Mortis. And the reason why I bought it was because the cover looked fucking dope. You know, the DVD and stuff. No, this is VHS, actually. It was dope. It was this old dude. And I guess he had cut his stomach up so you could see his intestines. And he's pulling his intestines and eating it. I said, that's fucking dope. I'm going to watch that, you know? Yeah, man, I was watching that.
So you were watching it and eating it? Or what?
Oh, hell yeah. So I was watching it, and dude, it was one of the, like, it was, not only was it low budget, but there was just no story. It was dragging, you know, like really, really bad. But, you know, so I see what you're saying. When there's some movies are really bad, or they're just funny.
Yeah.
You know, so there's all kinds of genres and stuff. So one of the things that I like about your show, also, you guys are here in Bakersfield and stuff. Mm-hmm. So as soon as I see that there's a show popping up, I shoot them an invite to come over here, man, because, you know, I like collaborating with different shows out here. Everybody has, I feel like there's a lot of talented people out here and stuff. Not you guys, you know, but no,
You're the one who left that review.
yeah, but your show is really good and entertaining. You know what I mean? And you guys don't drag along or anything like that. It's something that hour and a half, I think was the longest one.
I think it was our Halloween one, which was like an hour and a half.
Yeah, like about an hour and a half. That's not bad. You know what I mean?
Cut it off before he falls asleep.
Yeah, the market research said that people would get sick to their stomach after like 30 minutes of our faces. So we're like up to
Market research, he means our wives.
I'm sick of watching you. No, but that's cool, man. How do you guys feel about recording all of this stuff, though? So you guys got the podcast already. This is like your guys' time to go over there and chill. It's like chilling with the guys, right? That's like with me and the broskies over here. This is our time. We do this once a week, sometimes twice. Shit, man, we've even done 3 in a week, which is a lot. But that once a week is cool. You know, that's like your man time and stuff. How do you guys feel about that?
I enjoy it. I actually look forward to it, surprisingly.
Yeah,
even though it's him.
He just threw you on the bus.
This is all we do, just rip each other's arms.
That's what they do on their show.
I love it. Like I love filming. That's what I like to do. So it's an opportunity to film something. Even though it's just a podcast, I still love doing that. And I love, I hate doing the audio part. I'm terrible at it. We always have audio issues for some reason. It happens
all the time, man.
It's so bad. But no, I enjoy it. I mean, it's just, it gives us you described it too, what we wanted for the podcast. It's just a couple like friends just talking about movies.
Yeah.
Like where it feels like we disagree a lot, but it's not those like shows where we're like, no, F you. Like,
Like Siskel and Ebert and shit.
Kind of laugh it off. Sometimes I get frustrated with him, and I know he gets frustrated with me, but you know.
Yeah, but it's still, at the end of the day, it's still kind of fun, huh? You guys are still enjoying it and stuff.
Yeah. It's my favorite. I have a lot of hobbies, and this is my favorite. Like,
hell yeah.
Video games, sports, movies, card games, like, this is my favorite thing to do. I just love it.
That's cool right there. Yeah, there's something about having like your episode, you put it out there and stuff, like I said, and then you get those comments from people that are listening. And you get people listening from all over the world too. We had some people in Germany for a while. I even learned how to say, "What's up, broskies" in German. I don't know if I said it right, but whatever, man. But that's cool, man. As long as it stays fun, then it's cool. When it becomes a job, that's a whole other situation now, But that's cool. Okay, so we were talking about the Revenge of the Nerds movie, right? You were asking me. I had an idea about like, hey man, this review. I want to bring some of your show over here to our show, so our audience members could get a feel for the movie and stuff, for what it is that you guys do. And right away I said Revenge of the Nerds. I had one of the guys, he's not here today, DJ Dos Muchos, big shout out to him. He wanted to be here so bad. He saw the movie 3 different times and he's like, hey, we should do Revenge of the Nerds. I said, yeah, fuck yeah, let's do it, So I sent it off to you guys to see if you guys were okay with it and stuff. And I like that you guys haven't seen it in a while and stuff or at all. Now that you guys watched it and stuff, like how was it something that was like, all right, cool, it was worth the wait? Or was it, damn?
These movies always, because there's like multiple sequels too, right?
Yeah, there's a couple sequels out there, yeah.
So as a kid, I would always see them and like, it all seemed like a cool movie. But and when I watched parts like on cable, it was pretty cool too. So I always look forward to it. And so when you suggest it, it's like, oh, that's cool. The movies that he suggests for me, I kind of dread sometimes. But this one, I went in knowing that, like, sometimes you take comedies and you watch them for the first time in current day, the comedy might not always land. And this one, I would say the comedy didn't always land, but there's several parts that I definitely laughed out loud. Like the funniest part I thought was when they're trying to get their fraternity. And they have to do the lambda. Yeah. It's so funny, dude. Like, I was cracking up.
Yeah, when they met, was it UN Jefferson, I think's his name? Yeah. It's a black fraternity, dude. That is the funniest fucking thing, man. So do you guys want to do like a quick review, man? Yeah, let's do it. I got a couple sound effects that I'm going to be playing on the background and stuff, but I'm going to follow you guys, man. So Revenge of the Nerds, this came out in 1984? Yep. And stuff like that. So I got a couple of tracks over here, man, which I was listening to the soundtrack and stuff, man. I'm really digging all of this, man. So whenever you guys want to kick it off, man, go for it. Let's talk about it.
You go first.
Yeah, it follows these 2 main characters. I forget their name. They just graduated.
Lewis and Gilbert, yeah.
Lewis and Gilbert, and they're nerds. They're big nerds, and
they said the 2 whitest nerds ever are coming on the show.
Yeah, and they go off to college and. They get their dorm room, but then something happens with the football team, and they get kicked out, and they get punked like left and right.
Alpha Beta, man. Yeah. Their dudes don't play along. So did you guys notice in the beginning of the movie, right, where Ogre's the big jock, right? Did you guys see he fucking killed that guy in the beginning of when he was holding him upside down, you know what I mean? Like, and he let him go. He's on the 3rd floor of the Alpha Beta house, man. He just let go. I don't remember those scenes. I'm like, fuck, he just killed some dude right then and there, man.
You know who that is, right?
Beginning. Huh?
You know who that is, right?
Oh, yeah, he comes out in several movies and stuff.
Jackson in Bloodsport.
Yeah. He comes out in a lot. He actually, I remember back in the day, man, when I was real bad when I was a teenager. And my parents wanted to put me in the Navy SEALs for like the little kids. And he was a part of that. You know what I mean? I was like, fuck no, I don't want to be like Ogre. Yeah, Yeah, so that's where we meet Ogre in the beginning and stuff. And you say like nerds. Back in the day, the word nerd, back in those days, nerd wasn't really a word or nobody understood what it meant back then and stuff. This is the one that put it in the map and shit.
Yeah, and it wasn't back then. Like being a nerd was not good.
Yeah,
because when I was in,
totally different.
I've always been a nerd too, and I would play like Dungeons and Dragons and Magic and stuff like that, and like I would have to hide it. But now it's like the
still
coolest
should,
thing
I
ever.
think.
Hey, you said that out loud.
I got married.
Now the roles are switched now. So being a nerd is cool now.
Yeah, you know, it's different. But nerds are different now, right? Because, so if you go through the list, if you look at all the characters that are there, okay, so you got Lewis and Gilbert, right? They got, the glasses with the little tape in the middle, the pocket protectors and stuff like that. You got Lamar, the gay one and stuff, and I guess he was considered a nerd too, you know what I mean? Then you had a Booger. Booger was more like the party guy, the smoker. But that was considered because he was different. I guess he was a nerd. Yeah. Poindexter, the violinist with the big old, he couldn't even see with the glasses. That's a fucking nerd right there, right? Then you got the boy genius. I forgot his name and stuff, but you had that. That's crazy how they just dropped them off, huh? Like,
his parents didn't want anything to do with him. Like,
It brought back a lot of flashbacks from that.
that's the one that you could relate to and stuff.
yeah, but he was smart.
Yeah, might as
They just wanted to get rid of it. We lost hope.
That's why they took me to movies all the time. They're hoping, I wouldn't find them when they walk out. So I always found them.
We're going to leave them in a dark room somewhere and stuff. Man, that is funny, man. Yeah, so Lambda, you learn that's the fraternity name and stuff, or Tri-Lambda, you know what I mean? Yeah. That's what they call it too, to shorten it up. So you got these nerds going into college and stuff. Did any of you guys attend college and shit?
Ish.
Yeah,
Ish, okay.
Yeah, online for me recently.
Okay,
years ago.
So the way that the fraternities and the sororities look in the movie, it's like, it's fucking wild, man. It's like a party all the time.
Yeah. Very, very, it was a product of its time for sure.
Do you think that really did happen? Was it really like that,
To an extent.
I've been to a few frat parties, and they weren't like that, but, I mean, stuff would happen. Like, not like that. But I mean, stuff happens,
I do want to say this has a Karate Kid issue. You know how they say the Karate Kid's the bad guy?
Yeah.
I actually think the nerds are the bad guys.
You think? Okay, how so?
The story is about a fraternity that pretty much is trying to stop a bunch of perverts from joining their college.
Oh, you think that's what it was? Huh. 100%. I'm going to have to watch it again and then go through those eyes,
But they only, I mean, not that you would agree with that, but they only do that in retaliation to being, their house vandalized and being physically assaulted and stuff like that.
Yeah, so they burned out the jocks, from Alpha Beta. They burned their house down. Why? Yeah. Right? I mean, was there a reason? I mean, there really wasn't. They just didn't like nerds.
Yeah, for sure.
So then comes so they go to the Lambda, and I guess Poindexter, was it? He's the one that he was reading the rule book and stuff, and he found a little loophole in there. Says, hey man, you got to test this out for 30 days or something like that.
Yeah.
So they decide to have a party now, right? So in the Alpha, who was it? Alpha Pies, was it? Yeah, I had the names. Oh, here's one of the things I might as well tell you guys. I had 3 pages of notes. I really did. I was like, hell yeah, I'm gonna impress these guys.
We don't have it. We never have notes. We're so bad
at it. three pages of notes, and today, I was telling Cadillac at work. I said, bro, all my notes are gone. Like, I guess I didn't save them, dude. Like, now I'm just trying to memorize all this stuff, So I know it was a Pi Alpha Pi or something like that, which was the girl sorority and stuff. How they tricked the nerds and stuff. That they were gonna come to their party and stuff, So once again, how true was these stories? I mean, what was this? Could this really happen? Where you get this sorority ladies coming in telling you, "Hey guys, we're gonna go chill with you guys at the party," then they no show and shit.
Yeah, I can see it.
I feel like that's just always kind of been a cliche, especially in those '80s college movies.
Yeah.
The crazy parties and the sex and all that stuff.
I think there's some basis of truth into everything.
And and their name is Pi Delta Pi, by the way. The pies and shit. I had to get that one right, man. But yeah, so they go, they do this party so they can impress the main dude, right? The UN, I believe his name is UN Jefferson or something like that. They never say what the UN stands for and shit.
This makes me feel good because on our podcast we're constantly forgetting things.
Oh yeah, man!
Really badly, like actors and
One of them and shit. Yeah. So they're at this party, man. And what happens in the party, man?
It's like it's a square party at first.
Yeah.
Until I think it's a booger. He gets some big ass blunts out. And then,
Are you ready for the sex?
You remember this track? Hell yeah, man. The soundtrack is too fucking funny, man. You
That
know?
was a highlight for me.
Yeah, hell yeah.
The theme song right at the beginning, that was one of the highlights for me on that.
So the nerds throw this party, you know, and they're thinking that the Delta Pies are gonna show up, but they leave them hanging and stuff.
Yep.
And you know they got the one dude, the UN guy. He's there, and he's just observing. He ain't even moving. He's just like, this party's whack. You know, ain't no girls in here. Nobody had dates except for Lamar. Lamar had his dude right there. You know, they were dancing and shit. And I guess who was it? Gilbert. Gilbert had his date there too. And one of the things that I noticed is that even though this movie takes place in a university, do you remember seeing them attend any class?
Nope. Especially for nerds, right?
He was a TA in the computer class.
Bam.
That's the only one that I remember.
That's like a what, 4 or 5 minute?
Yeah.
Out of the whole movie, man. I'm like,
credit.
yeah, dude. That's the only time that you see it. And watching the movie again, I was like, man, I wonder what classes they took. So I was paying attention to that. I was waiting for it. The computer one came on, and then after that, there is no like nothing.
Yeah,
There's no classes or
They
anything.
really
like
didn't go to class.
Well, I mean,
There's
probably.
sequels. There's
Probably.
sequels.
There's a sequel out there and shit, but I mean, it's crazy. So what do they do to get the party started?
Those giant blunts.
So Booger, I mean, he just magically he remembered that he had these big ass joints with him and stuff, you know. So they start passing the joints along and everything, man. That's when the party starts fucking kicking in, you know.
Such a random song for like not a Halloween party.
Yeah, I know, dude. Yeah, the songs in the that they have in the movie, those are major songs, man. They have like
they're
Michael
good songs,
Jackson, they had Queen.
Yep.
You know what I mean? I forgot the other 2 songs that they had in there, man. Those are pretty fucking cool, man. So now, okay, so who's the one? Okay, I forgot her name. Gilbert's date, the one that has a ponytail on the side.
Yeah.
She says, "Hey, man, why don't we invite my girl skis, the Omega Moves?"
Yeah.
You know? So the Omega Moves pop up, and what happens after that?
At first, they're kind of like skeptical, right?
Yeah, they're all the ladies that Dustin dated.
Hey, Dustin's like, "That's a party now," you know? Yeah, the room is divided now. Even
Yeah.
though they showed up, they're divided and
It's
stuff.
like 7th grade dance.
So can you guys relate to stuff? Have you guys ever been to a party like that where it was like maybe the guys were too shy to go over there to go up to the ladies and stuff?
I've never really
Not
been to a
that
party yet.
extreme. Yeah.
You guys never? I went on a party before where it was like everybody was over there. Like all the guys, you know, everybody thinks they're the shit, you know, especially when you're teenagers and stuff. But going up to a girl, you know, it was a whole other situation. Nah, man, like nobody was dancing at that party, so I can relate to that right there, you know. So,
Yeah, I think the one party I went to was like, I'm done. I'm not doing this anymore. Just nope, I'm good.
I mean, only person that was cool, the person that could dance. They get all the girls on the dance floor. So I remember
that
those
was
days.
you. You were the cool guy. You were an alpha beta then, huh? You weren't like a nerd like us and shit, you know. Look at this fucking guy.
I get on the dance floor dancing. And everybody, all the guys would be mad at me. I said, "What am I? I'm just dancing. Just to have fun."
Definitely not me. I wouldn't even dance at my weddings.
So that's a solo dance, girl. So the party gets ruined and stuff.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember what triggered that. It was the
They lit the thing that's in Nerds on fire. Was that the same?
I can't,
No, because
Or was that
the Pi Delta Pi girls said that they were gonna go, but they left them hanging. So
Yeah.
because they were all linked in with Alpha Beta, the other jocks, they told them, hey, they're having a party.
Oh,
so that's
that's
when
right.
they released all the pigs and stuff.
Yeah, the pigs.
there was so many like hazing that was going on. I kind of got them mixed up with like when they happened.
There's a lot going on in this
A
movie.
lot
You
of,
know what I
A
mean?
lot of hazing, no learning. Apparently.
That was basically my college experience.
So yeah, the party gets ruined and stuff, and it's once again, you know, here comes the jocks. They're picking on the nerds and stuff, you know. So I guess that the nerds they find out that in order for them to really make it there in college, they have to be the main person, I forgot what it was called, man. But they had a meeting, they got rejected, so then now they want to see if they could take over the leadership of all the fraternities and stuff, man. That's when we have all the games that are coming up and stuff.
Which has my favorite scene in the movie is the Lamar with the javelin. That's the part that I laughed the hardest, I think, in that movie.
That right. If you look at the people behind him, right, the audience members and what they're doing, what they're laughing, they're like mimicking him is the fucking funniest, man. I never paid attention to that before and stuff, but looking at all that now, it's the funniest thing, man.
Just how it looks like a pool noodle.
Yeah.
He's like, he's the little kid is like good at physics or whatever. It's like that would never even.
Yeah, but did you hear why they did the stick, the gavel like? Because of his limp wrist. That's one of the funniest things, man. One of the funny scenes about that is the tricycle scene, right? Where they have to race in tricycles, and I believe they said it was 20 beers total for every lap. So it's 20 laps and they had to chug a beer and stuff. So one of the nerds, man, Takashi Tashiro, you know, they gave him that one little pill that's supposedly
not super stereotyped at all.
song that comes out in there, man. Here, I have it over here. It's the funniest.
Oh, yeah.
That shit is funny. That's an actual song, but they remade it. It's called Daisy Daisy. But they remade it into Dichi Dichi.
Could not do that today.
Well, you can. Should you?
Yeah, you're just riding around the track just crushing beers.
Yeah, dude. Shit, man, we do that every week, man.
You got tricycles?
Yeah, that's funny, man. So the nerds end up winning and stuff. You know, they were. It was up and down throughout all the competitions and stuff, man. Man, that's fun. I mean, if you go to college doing shit like that, you know, that's pretty cool, man. What do you guys think? You guys would be down to do stuff like that?
In my younger days, for sure.
Yeah, it was hard to just get in the car to drive here. It's physically challenging for us.
Get alone in a tricycle and shit, pounding some beers and stuff, man. That is funny, man. So one of the things that really stands out about this movie is the final competition and stuff, which is the one song that they play at the very end and stuff. You know what I mean? And once again, man, this is like, that's the jam, dude. I played this track for a lot of people at work, and they were like, right away, that's Revenge of the Nerds. You know?
Yep.
Yeah, they had all their outfits on point, too.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. And they had different culture.
Yeah, like everybody was mixed in there, man. But at the end of the movie, what did you guys get from this movie and stuff? Is it something that you guys enjoyed? Was it like, it wasn't as bad as you guys thought it was? Or
I liked it. I thought it was like a good, I mean, obviously it's a good callback to just pure fun. Like, it's an enjoyable movie. Yeah, it has some problems if you view it through modern lenses. If you're going to be an idiot, why would you watch that movie? Like, don't do it. Just enjoy it.
You won't last the first 5 minutes. You won't last, you know?
The part that got me was when they're looking for the housing and the kid goes up to that old lady and she's trying to you can stay in the room next to me. Like,
yeah, she was like in her lingerie and shit, man.
He brought that up. We were talking about last night. I was like, I don't remember that.
Yeah, no, I don't remember these scenes. Yeah, when I started watching that, I was like, wait a minute.
Ruthless.
It definitely takes me back to like, we're missing that in comedies now.
Yeah, man.
I just brought this up a couple episodes ago. I watched something about Mary.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm like, people always say it's like politics that is kind of ruining it, but I think people are kind of just afraid to be funny nowadays. Yeah, man. Just in general.
It's a fucking movie, man.
They're not afraid. I meant to say they're like afraid to be stupid, I guess.
Yeah,
they're trying so hard to like be funny but smart, and it just doesn't work. But.
I feel you on that one, man, because it's hard to enjoy a good movie now because everything is just taken too serious now. Yep. And you're just forgetting this is a movie to entertain you for that hour and a half, 2 hours, whatever the movie is and stuff, you know? So, yeah, like Revenge of the Nerds, and they got 3 sequels, if I believe. And there was a TV show, too, but the TV pilot didn't even make it and stuff.
I heard it got pretty panned back in the day, but now it's like pretty high up there on Rotten Tomatoes, their first movie.
Yeah, when it originally released, it was like it wasn't released with too many theaters and stuff. So that's why, but it didn't make too much money in the beginning. But within the first 6 months, it got released to more theaters, and that's when it became it became pretty big, and especially with the DVDs and VHS. After that and stuff. You know, I remember like back in the day, right, with the VHS. I used to be in the Columbia House, fucking thing, you know. I never paid, man. I just got all my movies and stuff. But I used to have like this duffel bag, and it was just full of VHS. They would go everywhere with me, you know. Like I was big on comedies and stuff. Did you guys ever do that with the VHS, DVDs, or anything?
My dad did for sure. He had. I was probably too young to order that stuff myself. But yeah, my dad for sure did. But yeah, definitely that movie. It brings you back to like where comedies can be raunchy.
Yeah,
like,
simpler time.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, really, really. Yeah, like you said, I can't remember of a modern movie that was like that, or even close to that.
There was that one recently with Jennifer Lawrence where she like gets hired to date. They're like trying to like promote that as like, oh, the raunchy movies are back, and it wasn't funny to me.
Yeah, it was okay. I saw it just to see her. You know what I mean? But Jennifer Lawrence was pretty hot during that time. But yeah, it wasn't too bad.
Yeah, no, it was just I don't know if we're just like grumpy old men too, and we don't find anything funny anymore.
Those are good movies too.
Grumpy Old Men was good. Grumpier Old Men, that was pretty good too. You know, hey, those were filmed like the sequel was filmed like many years later, huh?
I think a few. Yeah,
I don't know if that holds the record. Does that hold the record for the longest sequel? Was it Chinatown?
I'm not sure. Yeah.
Yeah, it's one of those movies that there was like a long period of time and shit.
The old man was the funniest when he's talking about taking old one eye to the optometrist.
I can't even. I was like a young kid when I saw those movies.
Yeah, those movies are really good. So that's pretty much Revenge of the Nerds and stuff. 1984. It's a really good movie. If you guys can find it, huh? You said you try to look for it and stuff. If you got a Fighter Stick, man, hell yeah, you're gonna have to bootleg that sucker, man. But
can't even rent it.
Yeah, you can't even rent it. You know, you can't do any of that. But hit me up at the Buck Podcast, and so I'll send you the link and shit. So let's have fun with some of our list over here, okay? So let's talk about it. Let's give the top 3 movies to tell your girl you want to break up. All right, let's say you've had enough with this chick already. You know, and the only thing you can come up with is like, man, she's coming over tonight. Now, I need to give her, like, let's watch a movie where she can get that signal, you know, that, hey, man, I'm done. I'm done, ski. I don't want to be here no more. What would be your top 3? Let's start with number 3. Just throw it. Let's have fun with it. Throw any movie out there.
I'm going to break the rules already and say I only have one, and it's going to be Brokeback Mountain. Because if she doesn't get the hint there.
So you're just going to be like, hey, man, look, man, I'm gay, man. That's it. That's it, right? I'm out. That's it. You know, ain't no coming back.
If I tell her, this is the best movie ever made, I love it, it's my number 1 movie of all time, and she doesn't get the hint after watching it,
that's it. You know,
kind of a cop out.
That's the one person, right there. Just get the signal straight. You know, ain't no bullshitting around. This is where I'm at right now. Well, Cadillac, what about you? What would be like your number 3 movie?
I can't come.
Do I need to come? You are not prepared today, huh? Look at this fucking guy.
I know, right?
What about you? Like, what do you think? Well, what's a good number 3 movie?
Every time me and the boys watch any of the Lord of the Rings, my wife just she doesn't have any attention span for those movies.
That's 3 hours right there.
She will not. She won't get into it. She's like, I can't keep the character straight. I don't know what's going on. Not for me. And she's out.
All right. That's a good one right there. Yeah, you get the popcorn ready. Like, you know, you get the pajamas on. Like, you know you're in for a 3-hour movie right there. Oh, yeah. Junior, do you have any movies that you think that... Do you even watch movies, bro?
Dude, I watch a lot of movies, but I wouldn't know. Like, I wouldn't use a movie to break up with somebody. Like, so... Honestly, I don't know.
God damn, bro.
I got one. I know me and my kids, I know me and my ex, she can't stand this. Me and my kids watch anime cartoon. And she'll leave.
I would leave. I would leave. I can't fucking This guy's boring shit. I pick one. I pick Friends with Benefits. I think that'll be like a good signal, you know. Hey, man, I don't want a relationship. You fuck around still, you know. But
watch it, and then you have to tell her every time she wants to watch a movie. It's just that movie every single time.
Oh man, another movie that I put in there was Forgetting Sarah Marshall.
Oh, I love that movie.
That's a good movie, though, huh? Have you guys seen that movie, Forgetting Sarah Marshall?
What's the movie?
Man, go watch it, bro. Come on, man.
So
You get to see some penis.
Yeah, you're gonna see a bunch.
really? That's the first thing he thought about.
Yeah, I know. He's like, huh?
It's a funny scene.
Now we know your top two now.
Brokeback Mountain and Mad.
There you
I
go.
do have
you
to say,
know?
the Brokeback Mountain one only works if you slowly just start putting up posters in your room.
Yeah,
And
there
then
you
you
go.
have to watch it.
You gotta feed into all of that, which is good. All right, I like that game plan right there. You know. So the other one I have is Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind. That's like you telling that bitch I'm erasing you from my mind, pretty much. You know, like you're done. Have you guys seen that movie, Eternal?
A long time ago.
It's a good movie
Yeah,
though.
it is, yeah.
Overall, it's a good movie
I
and stuff.
don't remember hardly anything about it, but I saw it when it first came out, and it was like late at night. But I remember it was like it's all kinds of crazy stuff going on.
Yeah, it's a weird movie, but it's just Jim Carrey trying to erase his girlfriend from his memories
That's
and
right.
stuff. Have you guys seen any of that?
No,
Those movies and
Yeah.
stuff. Kind of like, do you have a TV, man?
Yeah, I got a TV. I had a box TV.
Man, so like a tube TV, huh? What about it? Okay, let's say the top 3 movies to show your girl you're emotional. Okay, so now let's say you got a date going on and stuff, and now you wanna show her, hey man, I can cry. You know, I can get sensitive, man. Like, what would be the movie right there to put out there and stuff?
Well, for me, it would be 1996 Executive Decisions.
Executive Decisions.
Because I'm a huge Steven Seagal fan. Go ahead and laugh at me.
Doesn't Christian Slater come out in that? Is he
it's
on that one as
John
well?
Leguizamo and Kurt Russell, Holly Berry. But Steven Seagal dies in the first 10 minutes.
Oh, so that's why it's good.
Almost makes me cry.
So that's one of the ones where
Yeah.
you're like, nah, man, I'm not. you start crying.
Yeah.
You really do like Steven Seagal, so like Under Siege and
I
all
like
those
the
shits.
older stuff like Under Siege, Out for Justice. Like I like them on like a campy level, and then all the stuff recently came out in the last 10 years about him just being a total scumbag. So I don't really, I don't like him as much.
My
But
dad, like back in the day, used to rent Steven Seagal movies all the time from Blockbuster,
Oh,
and then just
fuck.
complain about every single movie. He's like, I'm like, why are you renting this?
Steven Seagal, I can't remember Steven Seagal having one good movie.
I can't
Those
either.
are hard to watch, man.
He was in Machete, so that was
that was the only one.
I think
Yeah,
Under
he
Siege
had-
is a legit good movie. Under Siege.
Under Siege, that was that his first one?
No,
submarine
his
one?
first was not Hard to Kill. It's Above the Law.
Above the Law. Okay,
his
yeah.
career was.
None of these movies are great. I just like them. They're really violent and a lot of arm breaking and stuff like that.
You just like his moves.
It's a lot of
Yeah,
acting.
yeah, just like fighting,
It was a lot of acting and stuff.
Yeah. Sit there and just. Yeah.
Okay, so the one movie that I got that makes me emotional is My Girl with Macaulay Culkin and that one little chick and stuff when they were little. Have you guys seen that
He
movie?
can't see without his glasses.
Yeah, he couldn't see, man. The bees got him, bro. Like, man, that shit is still sad. Have you guys ever seen that, My
Yes.
Girl? Yeah, Cadillac?
Oh yeah, I have seen. that.
Don't lie. What is it about?
It's about these two kids, right?
Yeah.
A little boy with a glass and a little girl. They grew up together.
Yeah, there you go,
and,
man.
What happened? They
He got fucked up by the bees, man. He died.
yeah, he sure did. Yeah.
That's another one that I got right here is The Vow. Do you guys remember that one? That's like a girly chick, man. Yeah, if you ever want to show your girl, like, hey, man, like, yeah, he a little sensitive. The Vow. The Vow is with, I believe is with Channing Tatum, is it? Where his girl loses his memory and stuff, and he has to make her fall in love with him all the time. That one is one of those.
Amon Sanders in it.
I
No,
believe
that's
so.
51st,
51st
51st date.
First
No,
date.
not that one. That's the Adam Sandler one.
It's a similar
Yeah.
story.
This one is just sad. It's just sad right from the beginning. It's just sad all the way. There's no happy. Nobody laughs. Nobody smiles in that movie. It's just fucking sad. Him trying to make her fall in love with him and stuff. It's a real sad story.
I don't think I've heard of that.
Yeah, dude, you stay away from that one. Unless you want to cry, man. The number one I got is The Notebook.
Oh yeah,
That's a
mine.
go-to.
The Notebook, that'll be the one that will get you. Is that a tearjerker or?
I've never seen it.
You've never seen it. Wow, that's a really good movie, man. It's a good story on that one and stuff. How do you feel about that movie? Does that qualify?
I mean, yes, I don't like it technically, but that would qualify for sure. For like,
That will qualify. Cadillac, have you seen The Notebook?
No, I haven't seen Notebook.
Have you seen A Notebook? Like,
I seen the anime Notebook.
you want to talk about anime and stuff? Junior, do you like?
Dude, The Notebook. That's a movie that I watched with my sisters. Right, like we went to the theaters for that, and I was like, really? Out of all the movies, really? And then at the end, bro, like, I was
You
trying
cried,
to hide,
huh?
man.
You cried. I knew it.
Dude,
It works.
It hurt. It hurt.
You know, movie gets it'll get anybody. I don't care. I haven't seen the full thing, but I've seen the end of that movie Hardball with Keanu Reeves.
Is that
the kid
the
gets-
baseball one? Yeah,
Yeah,
little kids and
the
stuff.
little kid gets.
I
shot.
remember that movie. What happens? I forgot about that movie.
It's like Keanu Reeves is like teaching like this. He has to teach some kids baseball, like some inner city kids.
Yeah.
And then like the little brother of one of the kids gets shot in a drive-by or something. And I was at my aunt's house and she was watching. I'm like, oh, this movie sucks or whatever. And she's like, I walk in at that part and I start choking up. And she's like, I see you crying over there. I'm like, damn it.
He got
So
caught.
sad.
And he was like, man, he was a good kid, man.
Yeah.
That doesn't happen in the Sandlot, man. Oh, man. Can you let us know where we can find you guys on social media? Once again, I'm going to give you an opportunity to take out the phone.
so bad
But
at
the
this.
Stuff Podcast is available on all streaming platforms. So it doesn't matter what kind of phone you have. If you got a government phone, you can get access to that show and stuff. So there you go, man. That's a good plug right there, huh?
That is,
I'll let
yeah.
you guys borrow that one, dude.
Tomorrow when we film. And, also Instagram and TikTok. Instagram is at stuffed_pod and TikTok is at stuffed podcast. And you know, it's just small portions of us, which is more tolerable than a full episode.
It's a really good show. I strongly recommend it. Go ahead and give them a follow. And you said you take requests also, right? From the audience members
We
and
want
stuff.
people. We haven't yet. We've only gotten death threats in the emails.
Welcome to the club, man.
We've gotten some just general hate mail too.
Hate mail.
Oh, man, we get a lot of those, man. Hell yeah.
Like I said last episode, our food subscription boxes are always coming to our emails. But yeah, if they want to email us at not my phone.
I know, he's going to put out the phone now.
stuffpod@gmail.com. We would love to get like movie requests, something that you want us to watch, or you know, even you guys message us, we'll watch it.
Oh, that'd be pretty dope. So are you open to any movies, or is there like a genre you're like, hell no, besides Tombstone? Is that one where you'd be like, I'm not watching that?
I'm not big on like torture movies, but
Okay, we can't hang out then.
like I'll watch them if the story's good.
yeah, okay, all right.
I'll pretty much watch anything.
Tombstone.
So, yeah. I mean, I'm actually, that's the one in his card that I'm looking forward to pull, because most of them are like 80s movies with the guys with their shirts off, sweaty, and they're all buff and like.
Ah.
See what he focuses on all the time?
I can't wait till that one comes out.
I've known him for like 10 years almost. So it's like,
It's his
more than that,
preference, man. That's cool, man. That is hilarious, man. So, hey, what can we expect from your upcoming shows? Can you give us a little sneak preview of what we got going on the next couple episodes? I know that without revealing too much, because I do want everybody to go ahead and check out the shows too.
Tomorrow, what are you reviewing for tomorrow?
Showgirls.
Oh man, I forgot. Oh, Nora. That one
Nora.
that just won.
Is that the
Best
one that
Picture.
the one that just won all the awards? I've never even seen that one.
Love Hurts. Spoiler, it's bad.
It's pretty bad. Okay, so it's one of those that you just have to have a couple beers and stuff to get through it.
Yeah, we literally just planned our topic, today?
Yeah, what did you pull for the card game though?
Oh, the card game. The Hunted, right?
Oh, that's a good.
Ooh,
that's a good movie.
No, this is The Hunted, starring Christopher Lambert, not Benicio
The
del Toro.
original.
Oh,
Okay,
wow.
you're-
Have you seen it?
Yeah, I've seen
With
both
the
of them.
ninjas on the train?
Yeah, I've
Oh,
seen all that.
you're the man.
That's not that bad, dude. Yeah,
It's
it
awesome.
wasn't that bad. Yeah, you just gotta just give it a shot. You know, it's not that bad. It gets better.
He's just every movie. I swear, ninjas are in it. I don't.
Beverly Hills Ninja.
That I'm okay with.
That one was okay. Like three ninjas with the three little kids. You know,
All ninja movies.
I forgot. What are you watching again? I asked you.
It's What's Inside on Netflix.
What's Inside? Huh? What is that about?
It's called It's What's Inside. It's this
okay.
brief synopsis. This guy comes to this party. These guys, like today, graduated 10 years ago. They come to this party. It was like a night before a wedding. He has this device. He can take my consciousness and put it in his body, and they do it, and it's this mystery.
Freaky Friday with millennials.
Yeah, that's what it's.
It's actually very entertaining.
I'm gonna have to check. It's on Netflix. You said, right?
Yeah, it's like
have to check
it's not
that
really a horror. It's more of like a sci-fi
Thriller,
mystery. It's really good.
I'm gonna have to check that out then. Hell
You'd
yeah.
be like, "What the hell's going on?"
He was right.
It gets very confusing because everyone's swapping, but I think that kind of makes it
It makes it
fun.
kind of interesting and stuff. That's dope. You guys have a YouTube channel too, right?
Yes.
Yeah, go ahead and plug that one as well. Yeah, take out the phone. Yeah, just leave it
That
out.
one I for sure I don't know by heart. Let's see.
It's not called the Stuff Podcast, or is it something else?
The names are always taken all
they're
the
different,
time,
man.
so it's like
That's okay, man. I'll splice that in, like if it never happened.
Don't tell me your other one, Big Oily Men. Save that one.
I won't because you're in most of the episodes.
That's where all the movie playlist goes.
We all got to pay bills.
There we go. It's going to be I think it is just Stuffed. Yeah, at Stuffed Pod.
Yours has an exclamation point though, right?
Not the ours has an exclamation point, but the at doesn't. So
Oh,
it's
okay,
all
all right.
confusing. Yeah, we're a mess.
But on your show, you have it on the the descriptions and stuff, right?
Just look to
Make it easy and stuff for everybody. Yeah.
nerdy
This is
white
why I make
guys.
him do it.
Yeah. He's bad at that stuff.
That's funny. Dustin, Tyler, thank you guys very much for coming on
you.
our show and hanging out with us. And once again, thank you for not rejecting the movie that I picked and stuff. I was like, they're not going to want to watch this.
Well, I won't reject anything. Yeah.
But thank you guys very much once again. Whenever you guys have a Halloween special, man, I would love to come by and let's watch some
100%.
horror movies and stuff, you know?
Definitely.
So horror movies with ninjas and cowboys, right?
Yep.
That's what we're going to watch. But thank you guys once again for coming by. Cadillac, is there anything else you want to say before we wrap this up?
Have y'all seen Max Payne?
Oh, yeah.
Max Payne?
I actually like that movie.
That
The
movie
rated R
wasn't that
version's
bad.
Decent. Yeah.
People hate it, but I thought it's
It's
decent.
not as good as the game.
Yeah.
Yeah, the game was hell yeah. That shit was dope.
All-time favorite
Oh
game.
yeah, bullet time and everything. Oh yeah, man, that was
It's,
dope.
my second wife, Olga Kurylenko.
She's all right. She's all right.
Junior, is there any advice, any movie that you want to recommend to the gentleman here?
Have you guys seen? I think it's called Hachiko or Hachiko. It's about a
With
dog.
a dog?
Yeah.
I won't watch anything with animals. That's on my top of.
You said you were open to anything. Right?
Sorry. let
No
me say that.
Cujo, you know,
No animals dying. I won't watch it.
Pet Cemetery. I mean, come on, man, those are good movies.
Well, no, that's one thing that I
Rejected,
would've
bro.
said. Oh, dude. Okay, no.
Well, I'll check it out. What is it?
I think it's called Hachiko. Like it's HA with Robert Gere. I mean Richard Gere.
Richard Gere.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Have you seen
I know.
it?
I haven't seen it, but I know what you're talking about. I'll watch it and I'll.
You're gonna forget that title, so make sure that you email them and stuff.
Dude,
to give out the information.
if you feel like one day you just like when you feel so bad, like you want to cry but you can't do it, like watch that movie.
What the hell is that gonna make you cry? Is that what it is?
Dude,
It's sad.
there's the
based on
parts
true
that were sad where they didn't even have a lot of like lines. It's just
Crying all the time.
you're just watching and it just hurts. But
Well, I'm gonna want to watch that. Damn it! I want to have fun.
I do want to know something though, like because like movie buffs, right? I mean, there's things that like I hate, like from movies, like the scenes where all these action is happening, you're about to die, and it's like, oh wait, let's have a passionate kiss in the middle of everything.
yeah.
Oh,
I
yeah.
hate that.
Yeah.
That's actually funny. One of our topics tomorrow is going to be things in movies like that like irritate the crap.
It's crazy.
Oh, sweet.
1,000
Like,
bullets and you don't get shot. Yeah. Like,
I mean, quickly, do you have anything in the top of your mind that just like ruins the movie for you?
I don't like modern day politics in my movies. I just like one side or the other. I don't care. I don't want it. If it's like too heavy, I don't want it. Get it out. It's like I'll like almost refuse to watch movies sometimes.
Oh yeah, that's valid.
what about you? Is there anything like that besides Steven Seagal?
No one says goodbye when they hang up the phone. That irritates the crap out of me.
You know what?
everybody-
You're right. Yeah.
If you haven't noticed it, you'll notice
You're
it.
right. They just click and that's it, huh? He's right.
Over.
Like, wait a minute. You know?
Even if they're like talking to their mom, it's a nice conversation. They're blah, 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 click.
Yeah,
That is true. That is true.
I got one
It's-
question.
It's
yeah.
rude.
So is there a movie that you like that you don't get tired of watching?
Oh, lots. My favorite movie of all time is Army of Darkness.
Oh, hell yeah. Evil Dead.
I can watch that one nonstop. It's
really good.
A newer one that I watch, I show it to everybody. You probably seen it, Barbarian.
With Arnold Schwarzenegger?
No. With it's Georgina Campbell, and it's a horror movie.
Bill Skarsgård.
Barbarian, huh?
Oh, Barbarian was one in that.
They go into the basement.
Yeah, basement. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
You haven't seen it?
No.
Oh, that's pretty
Does
good.
it-
gotta watch it.
There's
check
some
that out.
messed up stuff. In
Yeah.
there.
What is it about? What's the main story?
So this woman pulls up to this Airbnb. She gets there and she knocks on the door. Like she goes to the key box. The key's already missing.
Yep.
It's in Detroit. The city's all tore up. It's like rainstorm, so she can't go anywhere. There's a conference in town, so all the hotels are booked.
Yeah.
And then finally someone opens the door and it's double booked. I don't want to give anything else away because
I'll check that out.
I will give you a million guesses. You will never guess how it ends.
Barbarian.
I'm just saying this right here.
It's
In that house, it's a way lead down to the basement.
Man, shut the hell. You already messed up the story already.
That happens pretty fast.
Yeah, but I'm going to check that out. Barbarian. All right. All right. Is there a movie that you can't get tired of watching?
There's a lot. Jurassic Park, obviously, but I think I would
The
say
original one, or?
Yeah, the original
Yeah,
one.
hell yeah.
High Fidelity.
High Fidelity with John Cusack, right?
Yeah.
Why do I know all these things, man? Like,
Yeah, I mean, you guys, it's about records and music, and so I mean,
High Fidelity. I remember that movie.
Yes.
It's a young John Cusack right there.
I watched it so many times. Or Tenacious D and the Pick of Destiny.
Oh yeah, that's a
one,
good movie. That's a good movie right there. I think a movie that I could watch over and over will be like the Cheech and Chong Up in Smoke. I don't get tired of that one. Another one that you mentioned was Pineapple Express. That's one that you know, don't ask me why. What about you, Cadillac? Is there a movie that
I mean, I got a lot of movies that I just don't get tired of watching.
all of a sudden you watch a lot of movies now?
I do watch a lot.
You knew none of the movies that we picked.
Come top of my head, it just it ain't click. So it take a minute for me to click on the top of my head. So
All right, The Lion King it is then.
yeah, Lion King.
All right,
Lion King.
Junior, is there one that?
oh yeah, dude, there's a lot. Grease.
One or
Dude.
two?
Oh no, one, dude.
So you're not messing with Grease Part 2?
No, I don't.
Because you
I
remember
like number
our
two.
guest, Kev King,
Yeah.
he swore by Grease 2. I said, Grease 2? I'm like, damn, like, not even one. Like, he's not. He loved Grease 2.
I think like with the Grease 1, everybody can recognize at least one of the songs, right?
Yeah.
But Grease 2, I don't know any of the songs. Nobody ever talks about it.
It's not even the same actors, dude.
No. Yeah, it's not.
That's a good one. Grease is a good
I
one.
sing along with it. I'll have it playing like it's my radio, dude. I know exactly what's
You
happening.
already know.
Oh, yeah.
What about Wicked?
Wicked, I liked it.
Did you see it?
I did.
Can you sing along to those songs?
I can.
If I put a song, all I got to do is push a button.
Yeah, go for it.
And you will be able to keep
Oh,
up
yeah,
with that
go for
with
it.
that pitch.
Popular. You're gonna be popular.
Yeah, let's move on, guys.
You're getting this guy
It
stressed
sounds
out.
like a battle right there.
It was in my top 10 of the year, and I'm not even
Yeah.
a big
It wasn't
like,
a bad
I didn't
movie.
even want to see it. No, it's not at all.
Yeah.
It's a great movie.
I think you might be right because you guys will watch the Critical Drinker on YouTube.
No, I haven't.
Dude, he does movie reviews. He's hilarious, and he actually said it's not a bad movie for what it is. So maybe I'm judging it too harshly.
I mean, I like music.
Okay, but have you seen it?
No.
Like, okay, you haven't seen it. Come on, man. How are you gonna say it?
It's
then?
going on my cards next season.
Yeah.
So.
And part 2 is coming up soon. So
I know
I mean,
all the Steven Seagal movies, so we can go.
oh my
down
goodness,
low. I know the bad ones too.
that will be a hard one. That will be a hard one to watch.
Don't follow us. We're not going to exist next season if that happens.
Thank you guys, Dustin and Tyler, once again for coming over here. Don't forget to check out the Stuff Podcast. I'm not gonna let you, do all that again. But look up Stuff Podcast. That's with the exclamation point, right? That's what's up. Because there's another one out there. You do not want to go to the other one. That one sucks. I already heard it. It sucks. Stuff Podcast from here, Bakersfield. This is the one. Thank you guys once again
Thank
for coming
you.
over
We
here.
appreciate it.
All right.